Today, exciting, we're going to talk about how we can scale and grow your business, even if you don't even have an online presence. A lot of businesses, especially these small businesses, don't have a strong online presence. So we don't want that to stop you from growing. So I'm going to talk about ways that you can utilize in your current business, whether it's a product, it's a service, nonprofit, for profit. It's going to help you grow and scale your business. So first thing, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Let's get started. Okay, so you have a business or service. The first thing you want to do is make sure all your foundational aspects are set up. We've talked about that in previous videos about making sure that your taxes, EIN is set up, that your LLC, that you have your bank account. All that is going to be critical for people to just even take you serious. Now, if you don't have a website, I always tell people get a website. Some businesses just use a Facebook page, or Instagram page, their TikTok, and they'll get a lot of their business do direct messages and stuff like that. LinkedIn is even huge within that. And that is fine. For those who don't even want to even dive into the social media aspect, I get that. It can be a lot of static, it can be very overwhelming. So those who are not really wanting to really go heavy into that, you can still have success, but it's going to require a lot of extra footwork, and it's going to require you to actually get comfortable being in front of people. When you have a physical location, a product or service, you have to understand that you are the brand. If you have sales team who are actually going out there, they represent the brand. The mission, the vision of what you're offering to these people has to be clear. You have to come in when you're talking to these various people, you have to be an expert in your field. You have to be an expert. Even if you're not an expert now, you have to have that perception that you know what you're talking about. The worst thing you can have, somebody trying to sell you a product or service and they don't know what they're talking about. That is so disappointing. I deal with it all the time when I'm going in to buy something at a store, and you know that you can separate those who have done the research. They're talking about this product. This product does this, and that. They open up your car. They're talking about all the components of the engine. You're like, this person knows what they're talking about. Then you get those people when you talking to them, you're like, they are just trying to sell me. So when they're just trying to sell me, I'm about to hustle as well. So when you're going into this, you need to make sure that you're at least perceived as the expert. And you have to find a way, you got to find your entry into a conversation. A lot of times we won't even talk to that next person standing next to us, and we never know who that next person is. So you need to find a way to just start simple conversations. Sometimes a simple compliment can open up the door to a conversation about, oh, what do you do? Oh, I do this. Oh, that's interesting. I provide this service. Oh, well, I know this person who actually needs it. The conversation starts to open up and you never know where it goes. But if you're so stuck in your own way and not wanting to network, because networking is not just going to events. Networking is not just going to events. Networking happens all the time. I had a friend who he was doing Uber, and he was driving an Uber car, and he would, based off his Uber car, he was getting certain clientele. So he said, okay, let me go ahead and get a higher car. I think he ended up getting a Tesla. And he got that car, and people started coming in that were execs. So he's driving around corporate execs, networking with these people, end up getting an offer from one of the top execs based off of him innovating and adapting himself and having the understanding that, hey, I have to increase my value, but I also have to have those conversations with people, and you never know where that is going to open up. The next thing is, network meetings are good. I know a lot of people who are part of these network meetings. You have to make sure that you're going to a network meeting that fits the product you're trying to sell. Otherwise, you're just in there socializing. And socializing is cool because you never know who somebody else knows that may need your product or service. But don't waste your time joining network meetings and these different platforms that people have if it's not within your audience, because you're pretty much wasting valuable time and assets. There's other things you need. Make sure you have, whether it's a digital business card or a physical business card. Those are important. A lot of times it's hard to tell somebody, hey, let me get your phone number, a total stranger, but you can always pull out a business card, whether they use it or not. We have the digital forms as well, but business cards, people still use that. On one side, your business card, your name, your info, and then the other side, talk about what your actual business and service, would do. You can put discounts and different things, on there. Critical to make sure you have something that you can pull out your pocket and leave with that person. You never know whose hands that business card is going to get into. With a physical product and service, you need to also start looking at it how we look at the online ones. So a physical product, you got to understand, how many times do I have to get in front of someone to convert into a sale? You need to understand your ratio. Does it take you 2 people, 1 person to convert? Or like most people, what is your ratio? Does it take you 10 people to convert 1 person? So you know that in order for you to get 1 sale, it takes you 10 people. A lot of times when you're first getting started, you may have to go out and get rejected 100 times before you get that sale. And you can't take rejection personal. You can't take someone's no as personal, but you need to make sure that fundamentally you're prepared for the rejections that's come. Understand that people are going to reject something that's new. They may not even need your product. Okay, you don't need my product. Cool. Do you know anyone who may be interested in this? That could open up doors. It can also lead to more, no, I don't want to be bothered. When I was younger, we had this lady, we called her the candy lady. It was interesting. We would go door to door selling candy. It was like Reese's and Snickers. So we would go to the knock on doors, and I'm probably 8, 9, 10 years old. It was probably illegal, but we would go knock on doors, and we're coming in saying, hey, we're selling candy. We have these packs, and we would give them this discount. We was going all over, and we was making a lot. But we, as a young age, we had to deal with this rejection, but we kept going out and selling. And there is such value when you finally get that first sale, when you get that next sale. And then when you start getting sales, you start building momentum. And momentum is all you need. Then you start adjusting, and you start getting into a speech that okay, I can say this to this person. This person doesn't like it. So you have to start understanding that. Look at other ways to scale your business. Collaborate with similar people who have product and services like yours that can work with yours. We're going to keep talking and scaling your business, but let's start with these basic fundamentals to help you scale and grow your business.